Aston Villa 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Spurs are out of the FA Cup. To be expected, I predicted a loss. I predicted a loss when the draw was made. These two cup games, Liverpool, Villa, I thought it would be out. You know, a lot of fans were clinging on to hope of that we'd get through this, one of these cup competitions, but you know, we were never going to, were we? Let's talk about the game today. Awful first half, conceding early, mistake by the keeper. Villa were running through us the whole midfield. There was no structure to the team, lack of effort, idea. It's got beyond a joke now. The players, they're just not trying, not knowing what to do. It's really bad, really bad. And the second half came along and we started a bit quicker, tried to put a bit of pressure onto Villa, but we couldn't get the breakthrough. And then the second goal came. Morgan Rogers was out on 64 minutes, and Villa were just playing around us, playing some great football, flicks, tricks, breaking through us at ease, toying with us, and we were a mess. Basuma came on beginning of the second half because that midfield was non-existent, wasn't there in the first half. There was just nothing there, but didn't really get much better in the second half. Just a lack of kind of creativity, idea, fight. Again, players not leaving it out there. Puffed and puffed. It's what we've been doing though, haven't we, for the last couple of months. People will blame the injuries, of course. You know, there's always that one that some people like to give Ange a pass on. But, you know, Ange has had this group of players now. He could have set up something, some kind of football. We just don't know how to play football right now. We really don't. There's a lack of idea. There's just nothing going on at the moment. And I do think that a lot of the first team players, the older players, have given up. That's what it looks like. The younger players are trying hard, but what can they do when the first team players are just not putting in the effort? They're not carrying them. They're not helping them. And Ange there, and I watched the post-match interview on BBC Sports, and Jesus, man, that was, he was a broken man. This is probably the worst interview I've seen him. Nothing really made sense what he said. Downbeat, talking about getting players back, and yeah, that's where we got to get to. You know what? You know, I'd like to come on and say that Ange would be sacked after that game, but I always say this, that he just keeps in the job, and there's the Europa League still to play for. So you just don't know anymore. It's just a conversation where, you know, he needs to be sack Ange now. It'll be all over social media, all over YouTube. Get him out of the club. Yeah, of course, that is the best solution for many of us, but he probably won't be sacked, and this poor football will continue for how long, who knows. You just look at Villa today, they had injuries as well, not as bad as us. They've made some signings. Look at what they brought on today. I know I don't really rate Rashford, but he is an experienced Premier League player. Asensio from Real Madrid, you saw when he came on, the slick little touches he did. Villa, good side, you know, likes of Ramsey, Morgan Rogers. You know, they brought on Marlon. They signed him in January. Got a pace, Bailey pace. And when I look at Villa, they have a lot of pace in their forward line. And you know, I'm just a bit like jealous of it, to be honest, because like we lack so much pace in the forward areas. And look at Telltale, got his goal. Really struggled in the game, kind of pushed off the ball. You know, it's going to take him a while to get up to speed with the Premier League. And this is when I look at teams who make signings, and I compare to Villa. Villa have brought in some experience in there, adding to already a good team, good squad. And we brought in Tell, who's a young player who, when playing for Bayern Munich have all the ball, they create all the chances. He's playing with very experienced players, and he's coming into a Spurs side which are in such out of form, lost confidence, playing in a rubbish system under Ange. It's going to be really tough for him. And he got his goal late on in injury time, but it wasn't the play that we really needed in this window. I've just been saying this. I've said this all the time. I said it in the last probably couple of videos. I can't remember now, losing track. But look, Villa, they wanted it more today. They were really up for it. There was something I heard, like they haven't been in the next round of this cup for many a year. They're really looking forward to it. They had a week's rest. They looked really up for it. Could have scored more than damn 2 goals. They had so many chances. Kingsley actually made quite a few good saves in the match after his error in the first half. But it just leaves us now with another big disappointment. Going out in another cup competition, now until March, it's just going to be the league. Obviously players will come back, and we may pick up some results, but that's just not the point, is it? Like, we've fallen so far away under Ange, and I just don't know how we can continue to be in the job. Massively underperformed. The team now look, and like the title of my video, the players look like they've waved the white flag. They seriously have, because they're not putting it out there. They're not putting it all out there. They don't know what they're doing on the pitch. It's all so rushed. Individuals are trying to make things happen, but there's no combination plays at all. You could see how Villa wanted to play today. They're a team that has a good manager who is set up right, structured right. They have a plan. They know what they're going to do. Going to play to their strengths. They defend well as well, and they lost Konsa in the first half. They had a very different defence that I'm used to. I know Dinge played, but yeah, they weren't at their best in regards to the first team players, and we just didn't put them under enough pressure. Son, there was a couple of times he had a great chance in the first half, but he was straight at the goalie, and in the second half he was put through by Kulusevski, but I just didn't have tried to have a shot, but the defender blocked it and it went out for a corner. But it was just a very sad performance from Spurs, really. A little late fight back, but you really knew that Villa were going to see this through. They wanted it so much more than us. Options off the bench, Saar came on. There's just nothing really more came off at half time. Couldn't really impact the game. He obviously put in a good chance for Son in the first half, but there was really so little to say about that Spurs performance. It was poor again, and it's tough, man. It's tough times being a Spurs fan. Obviously a lot of people will be looking forward to the March protest next weekend before the Man United game. What's the point of it all at the moment? The season has been so rubbish, and I just don't know what to say anymore, to be honest. Like, coming onto doing these videos, moaning, talking on YouTube, moaning about it all, complaining. It's so depressing. What a terrible season we're having, guys. Honestly, it's absolutely shocking season. There's nothing what I can say in this video which you won't hear from many other people. Everybody's going to be wanting the manager gone. Everybody's going to be criticising the system, the players, Daniel Levy. Everybody's going to be frustrated, annoyed, disillusioned, numb to it, whatever. Every fan's going to feel in a different way. It's just really nothing going on now. We've got a game against Man United next weekend. I don't know. You could say that it's a game that we can win. Man United are not great, but we're not looking like a football team at all right now. And I do think a lot of those players have given up on Ange. And that's about it, guys. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. Another rant, another moan. Trying to not get too down about it. Ange will eventually be gone at some point. Even if he lasts the season, he won't survive staying in the job in the summer. It's impossible with that amount of defeats. We'll see what happens, guys. I'll be back on Tuesday, Beyond the Lane, 7:30. Please come down and join us, get involved. another tough show to do. But look, it is what it is. We have to talk about it. We've got to get into it. I'm going to go and have a look and see what people are saying after the game. And yeah, please leave your comments. You know, it's going to be the same old, isn't it? Just like, you know, what can anyone say right now? It's really bad. It's awful. It's just horrible, isn't it? And you just can't make sense of why Ange is still in the job. Nobody, I don't know. I don't get it. You know, he's just not a good manager. He doesn't set up at all to get anything. We just look at that first half. I know I'm back ranting again, but they were so open, and parts of the second half as too. They're just running through us like, oh my god, it's just terrible. I'm gonna go and leave it now. I'm gonna go and have a bit of dinner, and yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday and catch you all soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.